Welcome. You're tuned into Tangled Threads. If you're digging our content, hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you. Here I am, typing this out because I don't know what else to do. My name is Maggie, and I've been married to Andrew for 8 years. We were high school sweethearts, the kind of couple everyone envied. But life isn't always like a fairy tale, and I guess we're proof of that. It all started with a stupid argument, something so insignificant I can't even remember what it was about. But the way Andrew yelled, the disappointment in his eyes, it made me feel so small. I just needed to get out, to breathe, so I put on my coat and went for a walk. The night was chilly, the kind of cold that seeps into your bones, and I found myself wandering aimlessly. Before I knew it, I was standing in front of this local bar, the Drunken Ship. It wasn't our kind of place. Andrew and I preferred cozy cafes to loud, smoky bars. But that night, I just wanted to be anywhere but home. I walked in, the smell of stale beer and cigarettes hitting me instantly. I took a seat at the bar, ordered a drink, and tried to lose myself in the buzz of strangers' conversations. That's when he walked in. He was tall, with dark hair, and a smile that could light up a room. I know it sounds cliché, but there was something about him that drew me in. We started talking, and he had this easy way about him that made me forget all about the fight with Andrew. He told me about his job, his travels, and I found myself laughing for the first time in what felt like forever. His name was Alex, and he had this charm that was hard to resist. One drink turned into two, and before I knew it, we were walking to his place. I don't even remember making the decision to leave with him. It just happened. The next morning, I woke up in a strange bed, my head pounding, and reality crashed down on me like a ton of bricks. I stumbled out of there, feeling sick to my stomach, not just from the hangover, but from the guilt. I had cheated on Andrew, the love of my life, with a stranger. But the worst part? When I got home, Andrew was waiting for me, worried sick. He hugged me, apologizing for the fight, saying he couldn't bear to lose me. I wanted to confess, to tell him everything, but the words wouldn't come out. I just nodded, feeling like the worst person in the world. The guilt was eating me up inside, but I couldn't bring myself to break his heart. Days turned into weeks, and I tried to act like everything was normal. But the guilt was always there, a constant reminder of what I had done. Then, one day, Andrew said he wanted us to have dinner with his brother, who was in town for a few days. I agreed, not thinking much of it. We arrived at the restaurant, and there he was, Andrew's brother, Alex. The same Alex. I felt like I was going to faint. How could I have been so stupid? How did I not see the resemblance? The entire dinner was a blur. I just kept thinking about that night, about how I had betrayed not just my husband, but his family. Now, I'm here, lost and confused. I don't know if I should tell Andrew the truth and risk losing him, or keep this secret and live with the guilt. Part of me wants to pack my bags and leave, to spare him the pain of knowing what I did, but another part of me can't bear the thought of not being with him. I know I made a mistake, a huge one, but I love Andrew, I really do. I just don't know if love is enough to fix this. I guess I'm just looking for some advice, some guidance on what to do next. Because right now, I'm just a mess of regret and confusion, and I don't see a way out. Here are some responses she received. Comment 1. I'm really sorry you're going through this, Maggie. It sounds like a very tough situation. It's easy for people to judge when they're not in your shoes. You made a mistake, yes, but it doesn't define who you are. I believe honesty is the best policy, even when it's hard. You and Andrew have a history together, and if that bond is strong, there might be a way to work through this. It will be tough, and it will hurt, but it's better than living a lie. Whatever you choose, be kind to yourself. We're all human and make mistakes. Comment 2. Wow, just wow. How could you do that to your husband, and then to find out it was his brother? That's a whole new level of betrayal. You should have thought about the consequences before making such a reckless decision. Now you're stuck in this mess. Honestly, the only right thing to do is to tell Andrew the truth. He deserves to know what happened, no matter how painful it is. You owe him that much. It's going to be hard, but it's the consequence of your actions. Comment 3. This is a really complex situation, Maggie. It's clear you're remorseful and torn about what to do. Before making any decisions, maybe take some time to reflect on why this happened. Were there underlying issues in your marriage? This might be a symptom of a bigger problem. Consider seeking counseling, both for yourself and potentially as a couple. Sometimes we make mistakes because we're lost, and it's important to understand why to prevent them from happening again. Communicate with Andrew, but also make sure you're understanding your own needs and feelings in this process. Update. It's been a couple of weeks since I last posted here, and a lot has happened. After reading all your comments and spending many sleepless nights thinking, I decided to tell Andrew the truth. I couldn't keep living with the guilt and the lies. I thought maybe, just maybe, we could work through it. But I was wrong. I sat him down and told him everything. About the fight, going to the bar, meeting Alex, and what happened afterward. I didn't leave out a single detail. The look on his face. It was a mix of shock, hurt, and disbelief. He didn't say anything for what felt like an eternity. Then, he simply stood up, went to our bedroom, and started packing a bag. I tried to talk to him, to explain how sorry I was, how much I regretted it, and that it meant nothing. I told him I loved him, and that I would do anything to fix this. But he just looked at me with this emptiness in his eyes and said, "I can't, Maggie. I just can't." He left that night to stay with a friend, and a few days later, he called to say he wanted a divorce. I was devastated. I begged him to consider counseling, to give us a chance to work through it. But he said he couldn't get past it. He said the trust was broken and that he needed to move on. I don't understand how he could just throw away 8 years of marriage so quickly. Yes, I made a mistake, a terrible one, but I thought our love, our history, would mean something. I thought it would give us the strength to overcome this, but I was wrong. Now I'm sitting here, in our empty house, surrounded by memories of a life that's falling apart. I'm trying to come to terms with the fact that I ruined the best thing I ever had. I don't know where to go from here. I feel lost, alone, and scared of facing the future without Andrew. I guess I'm writing this as a cautionary tale. Be careful with the choices you make, because some mistakes can't be undone, and the consequences can be far more painful than you ever imagine. I'm still unsure of what happened to Alex, but I hope he pushes through okay and sees the other side. Well, there you have it, folks. I feel so bad for her. Psych. This has got to be the dumbest shit I've ever read. Anyways, let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. When you subscribe, be sure to click the notification bell. Click here for more Tangled threads.